All right, guys, just a quick review for today. I didn't do it yesterday. I'm gonna try to sneak it in once we wrap up this. But overnight session right here, we opened. I'm looking at this idea here as relatively equal lows, and I've not seen any real interest of price to close below here. So automatically when I see things like that, I start thinking there's a huge possibility that a rejection block could be created. So confluence in all of that. Let me take off all of this madness. Confluence in all that. I'm expecting a rejection block right here. And there's a big wick right here that swept the liquidity, right? So as usual, whenever we have a liquidity pool and it gets taken and we don't close below it, anticipate that the lowest bodies inside the liquidity pool will act as a rejection block, right? I know that's not the ICT definition. I'm not trying to upset anyone, just telling you how I read it, how I view it, and how I manage risk around it. So I'm seeing that, but big wicks are also imbalances. So my mind says, okay, cool, fib the wick. I got 50%, I got a rejection block coming in right here. So my plan was to buy here and then look for an expansion higher. For expansions, if the market is breaking outside of the range, it must be seeking external liquidity. So for me, my external liquidity was go back to yesterday before the day closed. The day closed there and that big gap right there. So let's just say before here, we spiked higher. My internal liquidity generally is here since we're still inside previous daily range. So I don't know how to best explain it, but we have a previous range and we have internal buy side here, and I'm looking for an expansion higher. The first draw should be that, right? So low hanging objective would be for price to trade above this high. FVG inside here could act as a BPR, but I don't want that. This is enough. So we go in, market starts, moves higher. That's fine, because if it starts to move higher, I'm not going to buy here. I'm not going to buy, put my stop in here. That's too much risk. So I did take a small short down to here, and then the long, then I scale in here. And this was just madness on this M5 candle. And while watching the price action, we wanted to see an expansion through this wick. We got that beautifully, and then TP just below here because I'm not that egotistic, so I closed. Learning point for today, I would say is if you just started using overnight session and you're trading it, start gathering data on what your days look like. Just start. That should help you in the future with pattern recognition. So I guess I could say pattern recognition done right. Don't attack me, please. So yesterday, same idea, overnight session. Inside here, this particular profile, we had price open, made a high, made a low, took the high. It's essentially creating a range, dealing range in this case. So I wanted to see longs, an expansion higher, and I played off this idea I'm about to show you. So remember what I said about the rejection block earlier. If you have a liquidity pool and the liquidity gets taken and we don't close below it, anticipate the lowest body inside the liquidity pool to be rejection block. Price trades down into discount of overnight session, then we run higher. Perfect. When this candle closes with this kind of impulse, I'm expecting, or I would expect a retracement back to the order block and then move higher. Whenever we expand like this, very fast, the next candle will generally house liquidity. So I'm looking at this candle when I open my chart and I'm saying, okay, I could see a sweep here and then higher. the market traded down, took that candle's low, and then immediately pull away. So my thought process was, okay, cool. This is a fractal rejection block. So watch the body right here. I'm going to treat this as a liquidity pool. This candle, this one candle as a liquidity pool. So we expanded above. I'm just waiting for CSD. Came back down, very aggressive entry. I took it here on a 1 minute chart. Then it ran and I had to step away. So I just went break even and I got tagged. So I missed all of that. But that's the idea. Wow, look at that. That's why we TP. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Every day, right? Just every day after you finish trading or day closes, just grab your M5 and annotate it. You could annotate using your order blocks or whatever. Just make sure you have your overnight session framed out and the delivery afterwards. Get as much as you can and put them in your journal. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And enjoy the rest of your day.